All right, hey, this is Mike. Mike, introduce yourself to Charlene and Robert.
Charlene, this is Charlene and, did you say Robert?
Yep.
Charlene and Robert, Mike, I'm with Heritage, one of the assistants out here. We're going to do the buyer orientation today, go through some of the functionality of your home, and take things along the way. I do want to sincerely apologize that the final paint has not been completed. Our painters are kind of a family-owned and operated operation. They had 2 deaths in the family within the last 2.5 weeks. So a lot of their family is out of town. So they're a little short right now, but he was in here working this morning. He's gonna come back after the walk. I just didn't want him in here as we're going through things, so.
All right, so Mike, I'm gonna close this front door because it's really loud.
Okay.
Is that okay? But my question to you about the paint is, they're gonna be getting it done before they close, correct?
Definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so because I can't blue tape paint related items because it's not finished, when Charlene and Robert get here, they can mark up things they need?
They can mark up things. What I will do, I'll come through tomorrow morning, and I'll blue tape things. I'll get it blue taped. That way, because we're gonna blue tape any drywall that we see. So the drywall will get done, and then tomorrow I'll tape up I'll go through blue tape after their final
So just explain blue tape, because we're using that term and they've never bought it.
Okay, so their final paint process, what they're finishing right now is they actually re-roll all the walls. So they're gonna re-roll everything. They've done maybe close to half of it they've gotten done. And like I said, I kicked them out of here at about 11 o'clock just to make sure they weren't in our way. And after they have re-rolled all the walls, that's when we would typically blue tape it.
Okay.
We can certainly do it today. They'll just be, peeling it off as they're re-rolling the walls. So that's
but Charlene and Robert will have an opportunity once they close. You do a 20-day visit after they close. Is that what you said?
Yep. So 20 days after the close, we'll come back. So what I like to do, and I bought a Meritage for myself, and what I did for my 20-day is I just I grabbed a notepad, and if I saw a little paint touch-up or drywall touch-up or a thing here and there, just write it in the notepad. And then when my Meritage rep came out to my house, I said, yep, everything's good. I just got a couple things on my list. He took it, got everything scheduled out, and that's exactly what we'll do here.
Okay, so our agenda for today, let me just show them there's some paperwork here. Mike is really organized here. He's got several things, a checklist for us that we're going to go through item by item. There are some forms here that are going to require some signatures. So Charlene and Robert, just for the purposes of today, because I have purchased new construction before myself and have sold it for years, I can sign these on your behalf, but you will have to initial these at close of escrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or, we can just hold off, because a lot of it is information on like the utility transfer and drainage of the lot and service directory and things like that. Information that would be good for them to have.
Okay.
So I don't mind waiting on that and going over it and having them.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we just don't want to double your time, but we can get a lot accomplished with this video.
Yeah.
Okay, so how would you like to start today?
We can start on the outside of the house, go around and point out some things, and then.
Okay, perfect. Great. All right, just go with you. So back door. Watch this action, nice and smooth. Look at that, no problem. And as always, we want to check the screen, because remember, the screen moving is like the biggest pain in the neck when it doesn't work. Smooth as butter. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Now I noticed a little bit of water leakage here. Anything we need to be concerned about?
The cleaners just came through, and as they were cleaning, they dumped their stuff out.
Got it.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
We'll point out you do have one outlet out in the patio area. This is weatherproof. They used to have the ones with the little hinges that would slide open. They were weatherproof until you actually had something plugged in. These ones have like a couple notches. So the way that you do that is like actually grab a pair of needle nose, plug something in, notch that out so the cord can go in there.
Oh, got it.
And then you can close the cover so it stays watertight.
So they would have to cut that notch out once they're ready to use it.
It's pretty it's almost like perforated.
Oh, okay. So
some
some
pliers,
out. Okay, got it. Okay.
Over on this side, it is a little muddy, but that is where the AC unit is.
Okay. Oh, nice. Cool.
AC unit comes, Goodman. So part of the warranties, you have 3 warranties on the house.
Okay.
1 year, 2 year, and a 10 year.
Okay.
1 year is almost the equivalent of a bumper-to-bumper warranty.
Okay.
So anything from like window adjustments, cabinet adjustments, paint, drywall, stucco, all that is warranted for 1 year. The major mechanicals, which include the electrical, the plumbing, and the HVAC system, are warranted. Everything is covered for 2 years. And then on the AC unit, Goodman warranties the parts for 5 years. Nice. And then I've got a registration form inside. If you register that, it doubles the warranty on the parts to a 10-year warranty. warranty.
Okay, so Robert and Shirley, you definitely want to make sure you register that and get that 10-year warranty.
Yes.
These things have a life of about 20 years, though, so
Yeah.
it should be pretty good.
Yeah.
As long as you service it every year.
Yeah. You will see there's a plastic conduit line coming out right here.
Yeah.
That is the primary condensate drain line. Part of the cooling process for the AC unit is it dehumidifies, takes the moisture out of the air.
That's where it goes.
Yep, that's where that condensate comes out. The secondary one, they actually on this floor plan put on the back of the house, so it's over a window.
Okay.
Because if you ever saw water dripping out of that top one, that's a red flag. You're
Okay.
going to want to call the AC company right away.
Okay, so just a quick note for this one here, because it's muddy here, and I'm not sure what they're going to do for landscaping. They should get one of those drainage pulls that pulls the water away from the house.
You know, if you
It's like a concrete thing that's
you
got like
can,
a
but
fan look.
honestly, if you put rock or something like that back here, that's going to help kind of maintain the grade.
Okay.
Because you will see as it comes off the roof line, it will get, well, we don't get a lot of rain, but when we do, it will kind of wash out some of this grade.
Okay.
Either do one or two things, you know, get some drainage figured out, or get some rock put in, or just grab a rake and every
Okay.
once in a while just re-rake it just to help maintain the grade.
Okay.
Because the way it's going to drain is through this side yard all the way down, and there's a couple drainage blocks at the bottom of that fence.
And you can see through the
blocks with the
fence. Let me
holes, yeah.
scroll in there. You can see the open space underneath at the bottom of the
Yeah.
HVAC. That's where it water drains out. Okay. Now you said there was one of these plastic ones also that were going to be on the back
On the
of the
back,
house.
yeah, last thing I'll point out over here, that little angle coming off, that's the exhaust for the hood vent that's over the cooktop. So that's
The
where
stove.
that, yep, so that's where that is going
It's your
to
stove.
exhaust to.
Okay, so your
The
stove
range,
exhaust
yeah, I'm
there.
sorry.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Okay. That's one of my favorite features is an exhaust for your stove that goes outside.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Yeah, so over on this side, that's that secondary one, and again, the reason they put it over on this side of the house is so it's over that window, because that is a red alert. The reason that would constitute like calling the AC company right away. In your attic is where the air handler is.
Okay.
And underneath that air handler, there's like a metal drip pan.
Yep.
It looks like a really big cookie sheet almost. It collects any water if for any reason that primary line
Gets blocked.
gets restricted. That's the secondary line, and it collects in that drip pan, and it comes out that conduit. If for some reason that can't keep up, the only other place for that water to go is through your ceiling inside. So that's why I say even if you see a drip come out of that one, call the AC company. right
Okay.
away.
So red flag, if you ever see water coming out of this little thing, massive red flag, and you need to address it because that means this one on the side of the house is blocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, the biggest culprit of having that blocked, which we don't use, is blown-in insulation.
Oh.
Like a piece of the blown-in insulation would get in that conduit line, and at some point it would cause a blockage. We use a spray foam insulation, so we don't see too many claims with that happening.
So it's not loose insulation, it's a foam sprayed into
Right,
foam. Okay.
Right. So the insulation, we'll talk more about it when we get inside, but
Okay.
it's an expansive product. So yeah.
All right, good. Okay. So the marking things that need to be fixed, obviously, detail, texture, the texture up there. Got it. Okay. He's tall, so that'll work.
Right. Hose bib. The hose bibs on the house have anti-siphon valves built in. So if you're using a garden hose and have this spray nozzle hooked up and you're not using it, the anti-siphon valve prevents that water from flowing backwards.
What are
into the
these
house.
white things on the side?
White things, those are clean out caps for the plumbing. So what that allows the plumber to do if they ever had to come out and like snake the lines to clear a clog and they can't get it from the drain, that allows them access to those clean outs so they don't need to cut a hole in the wall or anything like that. They just
So
take
I
that
see a
pipe out.
copper pipe hanging out there.
Yep, so there's two pipes over on this side. And these are from the water heater in the garage that we'll take a look at. So the copper one is from the pressure relief valve. It's a safety feature on top of the water heater. If too much pressure was building up inside of the water heater, it's going to come out here. And this one is underneath the water heater. There's a metal drip pan. If it was ever leaking or developed a leak, we don't want it to flood out the garage.
So it'll come out there.
It's going to collect in that pan. So same thing with the AC conduit lines. If you see water coming out of here, check
Bed
your
red flag,
your
okay.
water heater and then probably call the plumber.
And this vent just goes into the garage. It's just to let air in,
Yeah,
up and
so
below.
because there is the gas appliance, the water heater in the garage,
Okay.
that allows for positive airflow.
Okay.
Just to keep gases move
Okay.
out. So if you're doing cabinets or storing boxes in the garage, just make sure you don't cut those up.
Now I gotta be honest, I'm surprised. Is that a double gate?
That is a double gate.
Wow.
It's referred to as a utility gate.
It's really not an RV gate, but that's a nice big gate.
Yeah,
I like
understanding-
that.
I'm not familiar with all the HOA regulations in this community, but one thing that I have heard is you can't have anything in the backyard taller than the fence.
The fence, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we know that anyway, but that's a nice surprise.
Yeah.
That's gonna be super handy. Okay.
The metal frame on the gate is warranted for 2 years. The wood slats, that warranty runs out actually the date of your close of escrow.
Oh, okay.
So you might want to paint those or stain them or polyurethane them. And I might have learned this from experience at my own house. They look like they're all the same size, but the wood slats go really good in the same exact place that they're at right now. So maybe number them or take them off in order because they're just different enough where it's kind of like a puzzle.
All right, that's a really good tip, Mike. But they should treat them after you close. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
not a
big
bad
tip,
idea.
you guys. Definitely treat those wooden slats right after you close because wood does not last long in Arizona.
And I bought a product that's at Home Depot. It was a stain and polyurethane in one.
Yeah.
So just one step.
And just FYI, I'm trying to get a porch pergola replaced, and I have heard from 4 different contractors, we don't do wood anymore. So just remember, guys, if you're gonna have wood here, you gotta treat it. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
So I do have the keys
All right.
coming back again, but I'm going to take
So guys, we're taking our shoes off because honestly, you guys make sure you get a mat for your back door and get booties.
Yeah.
So I'm bare feet right now. Okay.
We'll end in the kitchen and go over some paperwork so we can start in the
Okay.
master.
All right.
Forward.
So we're going into the master bedroom right now.
And as you can see, I do apologize that.
Yep. So little things, and he's taking care of marking these up as we go through, which is great.
Yeah, I'll take things that the way they won't get with their roller.
Right,
But like
right,
I
right.
said, after they come through and re-roll everything, I'll come back and take it up again.
Okay.
All right. Windows, you got whole house blinds. So all the
Blinds are
windows have
nice.
blinds.
Detail. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they look really great. There's the frame up on the top. Oh, it's
Yeah, they're even minor and they go around the corners. So.
Can you see it better? Yeah, I just can't get the. It looks so dark. There we go. Wow, that was weird. Yeah, they're nice.
Right. I will point out each bedroom is going to have one outlet that's upside down.
Okay.
That's not a mistake. That's what's called a half hot outlet. So one of these plugs, and depending on the electrician who trimmed the house, I mean it's either the top or bottom plug. You got a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
Is going to be controlled by the first switch as you come in the bedroom. So
Right.
if you did want to plug in a lamp, that's what the first switch will be on
Okay.
the wall. The
Ah.
second switch is going to control the ceiling fan free wire.
First switch
Yep, this one is the half hot outlet that will be like a lamp or something like that.
next to the bed.
And this one will be the ceiling fan pre-wire.
Got it. Okay. Now,
Um,
guys, you see this yellow above here, and you saw the yellow next to the outlet. That's the paint job, so don't even worry about that. That'll all get addressed when it's painted, and then when Mike comes back, he'll double check and make sure the paint job was done right. So don't worry about that as we go through.
Yep, and to be honest, I mean, like I said, I bought a Meritage home.
Where's your Meritage home?
I live in Santan as well. The community's called the Meadows.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah, not that far away.
Okay.
So I mean, I understand from a homeowner's perspective how I want to be taken care of as a homeowner. I want to make sure. And secondly, you guys are going to live where I work, so I want to make sure you get taken care of.
You're gonna have to look at Mike every day.
Right, you're going to see my car going by.
Okay.
What I will say with the ceiling fan pre-wire, if you get a ceiling fan that doesn't have a remote, this is just one switch, so when you turn it on, it's going to turn light and fan on. You'll have to use like the pull chains.
Okay.
If you want to be able to control them both, get the one with the remote, so
Okay.
you can turn the light and the fan on.
Okay.
And then, you know,
I think they are thinking about ceiling fans.
oh,
So.
awesome. Master bathroom.
Floor came out great, you guys.
That floor does look good.
Really nice.
The vanities, this is a man-made product, a man-made marble.
Cultured marble.
Yeah,
Yep.
cultured marble top. They make a cleaner specifically for marble. It's called gel gloss. It's the best thing that I've used to clean it, and as you use it, it kind of helps maintain the seal that's on it. What I will point out in this manufacturing process, they don't install the overflow protectors. And what I mean is if you pull this stopper and you're filling up the sink and you want to go check the score of the game or you got a phone call and you forget about it, it doesn't have that protection to to let that overflow. It will fill up and then overflow. So just make a note of that, mental note.
Okay.
Right. All the lights in the home, as you can see, I'll turn them off. Maybe they'll help focus for a second. They look like kind of recessed can lights, but they're actually LED fixtures.
Mm-hmm.
The manufacturer says that on average use they last 42.5 years.
Oh my God.
And they're just
Do you mean the
brighter.
LED bulbs will last that long?
Well, these are LED fixtures.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not just a bulb that you screw in or screw out. It's its own fixture. They do sell them at Home Depot and Lowe's. But they're equivalent. They're just much brighter and much more energy efficient. They're
It's
equivalent to
really
a
nice
100 watt
light.
light bulb. Yeah.
It's really nice light, nice and bright.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Master bath.
huge.
Yeah.
This, you guys, this is not showing you how big this is. So here's my foot. Look at how big this tub is, reference-wise. It's huge. I mean, both of you can get in that tub. That's huge. Again, that floor looks fabulous. Here's your shower.
Shower, fiberglass surround. You can see it's a 3-piece install,
I see
and you
above,
can actually
yeah.
see where those joints interlock.
And the fact that there's a light above it.
Yeah.
Can you tape above there? It's very rough above
yeah,
that. It's just something we noticed. Right.
So you don't need to worry about like these joints is what I'm talking about. That's
Okay.
designed and manufactured that way. They interlock together,
Mm-hmm.
and then the water is going to shed right down.
So are they caulked in between there or no?
It's not, and that's something that you wouldn't want to do because all you do is potentially trap water.
Trap water.
In there.
Okay.
So, yep.
So you hear that? Those seams do not caulk in there. They're locked. Okay.
Right. Master water closet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you better take a picture of this. This is where you'll be spending some significant quality time, guys. Okay, good.
Does have an exhaust fan, and I'll point out the.
Can you turn that on?
Oh yeah, exhaust fan.
Let me hear it. Okay.
They have the 2 buttons on top.
Mhm.
The water conservation.
Yeah.
Small button for small things,
Mhm.
big button for big things. And then I'll point out the shut off. So
Mhm.
traditionally they would have the knob. If this toilet started
Sure.
leaking, you'd have to turn it. And
Yeah.
with Arizona's hard water, a lot of times they get
Mhm.
corroded
Yeah.
and all that stuff. These are push-pull shut-offs, so all you need to do to shut the water off to this tub is pull this out, and it's PEX, plastic PEX, so it'll be a little flexible.
Yeah.
You just pull it out, and that shuts the water off. So
So you pulled it out so it snapped, but it's not going to pull it out from the wall.
right.
And that's because that's threaded in there on that base section, correct?
Yep, it's attached.
Threaded
right
there. Okay.
So then, so that way you don't need to shut the water off to the whole
Right.
house if it's just the toilet that's leaking.
So just a quick tutorial on the toilet because I just recently learned this. Can you just talk to me about what each of those 2 buttons does on top?
Yep. So this is like for liquids, the smaller button, and this one is for solids.
Okay, good.
right?
So one's got a more powerful flush
Yeah, it allows more water.
and more or less water. Okay.
Yeah. And then to turn the water back on, all you do is push this in, and then you'll hear the water start running.
Okay. Did you see how hard he had to push? So it's not like you gotta pull it and push it.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's your toilet fixture. Good.
All right. Linen closet or towel closet
Mhm.
in here. I
Okay.
did have them add another shelf.
Okay.
I'm gonna paint that.
Okay. So we got. All right. Good. How many shelves are there in there? Just were there 5?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Okay. Towel rack here. Okay. And by the way, just in terms of the bathroom vanity, you've got 2 towel racks, ring racks, and then you've got a medicine cabinet here, and then a medicine cabinet here. So you've got 2 medicine cabinets and a sink for each of you. Oh, this closet is huge.
This is a huge closet. These floor plans are
Huge.
different than the community that I'm in, and this is by far the
Huge.
biggest difference is the size of the master closet.
So Robert, this is your rack, but everything else is Charlene's.
They did leave some flooring remnant. I'd recommend hanging on to this as long as you live in the home.
Okay.
This is gonna match, color and everything exactly to what's down. So if
So these do crack. These can crack.
they won't crack, but I mean, what I've seen is if you drop something really heavy, it can kind of gouge it.
Okay.
Because it is a vinyl material.
Okay.
So.
Nice. It feels great underneath, by the way. It feels so good. And can I just point out something that is actually a really nice detail? I mean, did they caulk underneath here?
They do. That's part of the.
Okay, because I got to tell you, they caulked at the bottom of all your trim, you guys. There's no black lines. Actually, I see a black line here. Could you fix that?
Oh, yeah.
That's not the same thing. But look at they caulked underneath all of them. It looks so good. So are they going to paint under this tier too?
That's to match the cabinet. That's called toe kick.
Okay, well they need to clean that up then.
I just saw some.
Oh, okay, you got that out. Oh, good. Look at that. I fixed it. Never mind. Okay.
All right. Scuttle access in the master closet.
Very important.
So that's where the air handler is. If they ever had to come out and service the AC unit or air handler, that's where that is.
Okay. How often do you service an air handler?
Air handler, I think, is more on an as-needed basis.
Okay.
You're gonna probably want to get your AC unit, check the freon levels on
That's
that.
different. Okay. Okay.
Smoke detector in each bedroom. The ones in the hallways and entryways are going to be a dual carbon monoxide and smoke detector.
Okay, so this one in the hallways, this is a smoke and carbon monoxide.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're hardwired together with the battery backup. So if one rings off, they're all going to ring off.
Okay.
And you'll get the low battery chirps as well.
Okay.
Recommend changing those batteries once a year.
Good.
If
Okay.
one starts chirping, just leave them all. First portion of the M-Connect system that we'll talk about, those are the smart features of the home, is this Wi-Fi thermostat. So this indication right here is letting you know that it's searching for Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, okay.
Once you get Wi-Fi set up, honestly, the easiest way to program all of this stuff that I'll talk about is to download the app first, and then it kind of walks you through step by step.
So the name of the app is April Air?
Yeah, it's April Air.
April Air,
Yeah.
okay.
To toggle between modes, right now it's on cool. If it's cooler out and you want to put it to heat, you just switch it to heat. The most efficient way that the installers have told us to run these is to find a temperature that you like and leave it set there. Because it does have the capability to do like your schedule, like when you wake up, when you leave to work. But what I've been told is that the energy saving that you have while it's like set higher while you're away gets canceled out, and then some when it tries to cool it back down to something.
Just takes twice as long.
Right. So
Okay.
I've got it on a permanent hold right now at 72. It tells you it's on a permanent temperature. If that's too cool, just bump it up to 74.
And can this be controlled from that app on their phone?
Yep, once you get it set
So
up.
if they've been away for a week and because they will turn it down for the week.
Oh, definitely.
And then come back, they like maybe 24 hours before they come back,
They can turn it back down. Yeah.
Nice, from their phone. Okay. That's
So
really
it does
nice.
have the capability. We don't install it, but this can be the added functionality, the humidity control and air cleaning. But what we do install is the fresh air fan, and that's related to that spray foam insulation I was talking about. Spray foam is a great product. It not only is a great insulator, but it also creates an air barrier around the home. So because of that air barrier, without allowing any other air to get in, unless like when it's cooler, if you have a window open, you'd be circulating that same air over and over,
Right.
and after a while it might feel stale or stuffy. So what the fresh air fan does is it pulls air in from the outside. It has its own filter. It filters out all the dust, the pollen, and allergens.
Which you need out here.
Right, and then it puts it into your air handler up in the attic, and it vents it throughout your home.
Okay.
So it applies positive pressure, putting new filtered fresh air into your home. It's on an automatic setting. It runs about 20 minutes on the hour. It'll kick on and circulate new air into your home. You would never have to turn this off, but if you wanted to prolong the life of the filter, if there's a dust storm coming through, all you do is you click on fresh air, you can turn it off, and then it's going to turn that fresh air fan off.
Okay, so it's not bringing in the dirt air.
Right.
So guys, that's really important because we get haboobs out here and dust storms quite a bit, and particularly since we're in farming territory, you're going to see a lot of dust kicking up.
Right.
There may be times when you see a lot of dust, it's a really good idea to shut that off because you don't want to be sucking in that dust into your house. Once the storm's over, then you can turn it back on again.
Right.
But you want to use it strategically.
Right. All that it's going to do if you do leave it on is it's just gonna clog that filter.
Yeah.
So you'll have to change it more often.
Right.
It's not gonna, it's not gonna do any damage.
No.
It's not gonna break anything if you didn't turn it off. But yeah, it would prolong the filter.
Yeah, you're gonna go through a lot more filters.
And I'll be honest, in my own home, because I'm from Minnesota, when it's nice outside, we have the windows open. That's what we did out here in the cooler months. I turned mine off because its main function is to circulate and bring fresh air in. Okay. With having a window open, you lose the benefit of filtering out the dust and allergens, but it serves the same purposes as exchanging the air. So I'm going to turn that back to an automatic setting.
Okay. Fabulous. That looks easy to use.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm getting tired. Okay.
Right, right here is the doorbell chime.
Can we listen to it?
Yes.
I have Mike ring the doorbell, guys. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that was delayed.
Did it just do one dong?
It did it weird. It did a ding, ding, ding that sounded like it was coming from somewhere else.
Well, that's another portion of the MConnect system is the Ring Video Doorbell. So it's going to ring outside first and then it chimes.
Oh,
so we'll take a look at that right now.
Okay, yeah.
And there's 3 portions of that MConnect system by the front door. The first one is this switch that controls the LED light right above the entry and the front coach light. It's more of a button than it is a switch. So it has a built-in dimmer, and this can connect to your Wi-Fi, and then you can use the app to turn that on and off if you're away. You can turn it on and off, or you can set it to like a dawn to dusk setting or a different schedule that you wanted. Second one is the Kivo front door lock. Nice. This will work off Bluetooth.
Okay, nice.
So if you're carrying all the groceries in, it's better to take one trip than have to go back and forth. All you need to do once you've paired it is tap the lock, and then it will recognize your phone and unlock.
If you forget your key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you're sitting on the couch and you see who's coming on the Ring doorbell, and it's someone you're expecting, you can open the app, click it to unlock, and let them in.
Nice.
The third portion by the front door is the Ring Video Doorbell, and it does chime out here first.
Hear that? Okay, yeah.
And then it chimes inside.
Oh, I heard that. Okay.
And once it chimes out here, after you've paired it with Wi-Fi and synced your phone with the app, it will give you an alert on your phone and say someone's at your front door. You can see who they are. You can talk to them. They can talk to you.
Nice.
It will send you motion alerts as well. You'll be able to see when a package gets dropped off and things like that. All right.
All right.
Bedroom's up here.
Oh, okay. Which one do you want to do first?
Oh, you can open the front.
So this is second bedroom out front. And just FYI, they're laying down your gravel today. So that's what all that noise outside is. Look at that tree. That's really pretty. Okay.
Same things in this room. Half hot outlet in the upside down one underneath the window. First switch is going to operate that. Second switch operates the ceiling fan pre-wire. You'll notice there's a vent in the master. It had its own air return, so there's no vent above the door. This is the vent from the AC system, so that's where the cold and hot air is going to be coming. The one above the door serves the purpose of kind of balancing the pressure. If you've been in a home before where you open one door and another one slams or things like that, that's because that pressure can't balance. That allows for that to happen, and it allows for your AC unit to cool each room more effectively and efficiently. Because with this door closed, your AC system can only put in as much air as air can escape. And traditionally that would be underneath the door sweep, right? So that hop over vent or that vent above the door allows that air to.
My house has those.
Awesome. All right. Anything else in here?
This big closet. Love the inlay doors. They look great. These look nice too. Oh yeah.
So I'll give you first thing tomorrow, like I said. Take it up. I have 4 trades already pre-scheduled to come out. Drywallers, they're going to be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Painters, cabinet, and the stucco guys, and then anything else that we see. And make sure we get.
Second bath.
Yeah.
Same cultured marble. Looks great.
Yeah. Same culture marble. Same. Be careful with the overflow. I will point out that outlet right there is the GFCI receptacle that is going to service both bathrooms. Okay. So all of the bathroom outlets are connected to that GFCI. Okay. So if you plug in a hairdryer or something in the master bath and the outlet's not working, the first place to check and see is if this has tripped.
Is there?
Because if that's tripped, then all of the bathroom, both bathroom outlets, nothing will work. To reset it, all you do is push it in. If this is not the problem, the next step would be to go check the electric panel.
Okay, so why didn't this go in the master, which they're more likely to use?
The electric plan doesn't show the exact placement of that GFCI. It needs to.
I would have put it in the master.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, same toilet.
Same toilet, same push pull, and I will point out that all of the toilets, all of the faucets have those same push pull shutoffs.
Okay. And the same thing with the water turn on and off underneath these sinks. That same pull out and push in, like okay.
Yeah. Tub, same thing, 3-piece surround. We'll get these cleaned. And then towel closet in here.
And we got 5 shelves. There we go. That looks narrow, don't let it fool you, it's actually pretty wide.
Next bedroom, and this is what I'm talking about on the 20-day. Even once they get their final paint done, like I said, I'm going to come and tag it up tomorrow without having a light in here. Once you put a ceiling fan or get a lamp or something, if there are spots that are flashing paint or you can see need a touch up, jot it down on that list because we'll come back at
Like that outlet's crooked.
This one, yeah, it's a little crooked.
There you go.
Alright, closet. I already noticed that we're missing trim right here. So we'll do that.
Now all of the doors have door stops behind them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll point out, sometimes the trim company tucks them in here. You'll get some of these on your
keys.
In your keys when you get your final, final sign off and all that's done. These are just the pass-through keys. So if this is locked, use this right here. And, I'll lock that like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have grandkids visiting, you want to put those above the door. That's usually where I see them.
Yeah. All right, but the rest of the functionality of that room is the same. So you can see that there are 2 filters that you can see.
Yep.
This one is 20 by 25, the one in the master bedroom is 20 by 20. And then
So they need 2 different sized filters when they're replacing filters.
They actually need 3. So those 2 that you can see, and then that fresh air fan that we were talking about has its own filter.
And where is that?
That one is, if you go to replace this filter, you'll take it out and you'll see a small, about a 4-inch by 8-inch sheet metal door, or 4-inch by 10-inch actually. You'll take that sheet metal door off, and there's a 10 by 20 filter that stands vertically inside of there, and that's for that fresh air fan.
So that's almost your first line of defense is that one, because that's the most direct contact with the outside air.
Yes, and what I will say is that actually doesn't get dirty as often because it's only running about 20 minutes on the hour. These filters, we recommend changing once a month.
Okay.
The fresh air fan, just inspect it as you're changing them.
Okay.
And to be honest, it only requires an 8x8 filter. And
Okay.
that's what the company used at my community. The only problem with the 8x8 filter is you can't buy them anywhere. You can't go to Lowe's or Home Depot. They don't carry them. So our guys, we talked them into using a 10 by 20. So it only uses the top 8 inches of that 10 by 20 filter.
Oh, so it's too big for the spot, but it doesn't matter because it
Right.
still fits in.
So what you can do is take that 10 by 20. You'll see if it gets dirty, it's only on that top 8 inches. If you wanted to, you could flip it around.
And maybe get a little more wear. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Laundry room.
The washer and dryer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
3-plumb for laundry room sink. Hot is always going to be on the left, so hot and cold coming in, and then drain going out.
Okay.
With a clean out cap underneath.
Nice. Okay.
GFCI outlet, because this is considered a wet area.
Yep.
And then washer and dryer
Nice.
are all hooked up and
Great.
installed.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Those
So
nice.
I will point out, the appliances here and then in the kitchen as well. That's the only thing that Meritage does not warranty.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because
They have their own.
Yeah, Whirlpool considers them sold directly
2 years.
to the buyers. So
Is it a 2-year? Do you know appliance warranty?
you know what? I don't know off the top of my head. I do have all of the registration cards in the kitchen, so they can
Okay.
go over.
So guys, just quick note, the appliances are not gonna be under Meritage's appliance program, a warranty program. You're gonna have to apply for the warranty when you move in, and all of that registration information should be provided to you in this pile over here.
Yep.
In the kitchen next to the stove, and there's a whole bunch of other little things that will be given to you. So this is important because, again, the appliances are not going to be under their warranty. You've got to apply to the manufacturer. Okay.
Right. I've just got one other thing going on in the laundry room. It's actually behind the laundry room door. So we'll see outside near the electric panel, where Cox and CenturyLink, the low volt, will gain access. It's all wired into this. It's called a low volt CAN. Yeah, there's an outlet in there. There's all the wires, the drop that goes to the master and to the living room are identified in here. What you can do and what I did at my own home, my wireless router and everything is just inside of this box out of the way. Cox is going to use this box. If you get CenturyLink, they'll use this blank plate.
Don't get CenturyLink. So just don't get it, guys. Don't do it.
And an outlet up there.
Right. I'm telling you, don't do it.
Yeah, I've had much better experience.
I'm just about to dump CenturyLink, so trust me. Boys of experience.
Alright, I don't know. We can take a look.
Okay, garage.
Yeah, garage and electric panel, so maybe we'll grab our
Okay.
shoes.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm not turning this off, guys, because I'm only sending one video.
And we can either walk around or carry it through. It's up to you.
Let's just carry it though.
Alright.
Oh my god, that's so dirty though.
Yeah, it just rained yesterday.
Alright, okay.
Cleaners are going to come back through.
Okay. Okay, garage. Look at this. Okay, garage, guys. So you can see it's huge. Yeah, pretty big. Okay.
So plumbers are coming back. They're next door. They're going to get the water heater hooked up. Gas service coming in and passing the city inspection. Simple to light. It's a lot like a barbecue grill. It's got its own igniter, self-igniter. You turn this pilot. I'm going to get it all turned on for you for them so they have hot water. But if it ever did go out or you did shut it off, directions on how to relet it right here.
Okay.
So this is again covered under the 2-year plumbing warranty, like the bumper to bumper, on all the plumbing fixtures. And then Bradford Light, the manufacturer, warranties it for 5 years.
Okay, nice.
So even if you're on year number 4 and your water heater goes out, contact Bradford Light, they'll warranty out the unit, and then you just have to call a plumber to get it set up.
So useful life on these tends to be about 10 years, so they're giving you 5 years of warranty, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, and what I will say, if you do not do a water softener, it's a good idea at least once a year to flush out your water heater to get the
Sediment,
water
that's
out.
definitely, yeah.
And all you do, you hook the garden hose up to this, you can run it outside, open that valve up, and then it drains it out.
Yeah, okay.
Right. PRV valve, we saw that copper and conduit line coming out. It's designed to only accept so much pressure to, for safety. If pressure was building up, it's going to open up on itself and let that water get up outside. Inside of those combustion vents, like I said, no boxes in front of those, just keep that positive airflow. So your garage is actually not insulated because it's not considered livable space. So the reason there's a scuttle access is because this wall and this wall and that one are all insulated, and that insulation goes up through into the attic. So without a scuttle access, you wouldn't be able to get access.
Okay.
Garage push button. And then another GFCI reset. This one is going to service all the garage outlets and all of the exterior outlets.
Okay.
So same thing here. If this is tripped and you plug something in out in the garage, it doesn't work. First place to check is here. Hit this reset. Push it back in, and it also services your garage door opener.
So there's 2 lights, one for the garage door opener, which we always expect, and then an additional one.
And there's one back in that tandem as well.
And one back there. Nice. And where's the switch for that?
Right here.
Oh, so that one switch turns on that light and that light. Okay. Okay.
Garage door opener is another part of the
Are there
McDonald system.
two openers?
Yeah, they'll get 2 clickers.
Two. Okay.
And the LiftMaster garage door opener, you can download the MyQ app and then use your phone as an opener. And the neatest thing that I've actually used, when you drive away and you can't remember if you close the garage door or not, the app will tell you if your garage door is open or not, and you can close it right from there. So you
Is
don't
there a
have to turn it on.
keypad with a code keypad or no?
That was an option, I believe.
And they didn't?
No, there is not.
Okay.
Take it back.
Okay.
They can add one though. I mean, you can get one and then
Yeah.
just like program it where you want.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Okay.
It does have 2 safety sensors built in. The trip line if somebody's walking out or if the car's in the way. And then on top of that, if it's closing and it detects some weight, it's going to stop and go back around.
Okay.
And if there's a power outage, you're not trapped in the garage. Just pull this cord down, and that allows it to operate manually.
Okay.
I will point out the stamp on the concrete. This is letting you know that it's a post-tension slab. So in the concrete before they pour it are post-tension cables. They're about spaced about 2 foot apart. They run both directions and crisscross. They pour the concrete and then they come back and tension those cables down to help fight against settlement cracks and things like that. Basically what it means is you don't want to cut into or drill into this concrete at all. Because if you did and you hit one of those cables, it would be a bad situation. It would break out and fracture the concrete. So no cutting or drilling.
Okay.
Over on this side, we can check out the electric panel.
Okay.
So, electric panel. Everything is laid out. You got plenty of room to expand if you wanted to add anything inside. Everything is labeled well and identified. I will point out these breakers by all the bedrooms and wet areas. These are called arc fault breakers. They're designed to detect a certain type of short, an arcing short.
Okay.
They trip like any other breaker. They'll trip to the center. And with any breaker, you can't just turn it back on. You've got to throw it all the way off and then back on.
Okay, so those are the only ones marked with GFCI. Well, no, they're not.
Yeah, it's all the wet areas and the bedrooms.
At the top. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 outlets that I do point out, these that are just labeled receptacle, those are the 2 down here. They're one of the first things that goes in as soon as the meter is set to allow the trades somewhere to plug in as they're building your house. Technically, they're supposed to come off. It's kind of up to you guys if you want to leave them on. We can talk about that on the closing date.
Okay.
They are 20 amp receptacles, so for like holiday lights or anything like that,
Okay.
you can go crazy and be seen from space if you wanted to.
All right.
With that 20 amp. And then a few stickers. The last one that will get added is the final termite treatment. That's not been done yet, but it's scheduled to be done.
Okay.
That termite treatment comes with a 3-year warranty. So at the end of 3 years, you can either call Younger Brothers Termite back and have them retreated, or just get another company so you don't.
And
have
will
that
there be a
lapse in
certificate
warranty.
that says it was treated?
Yep, they'll put a sticker in the panel.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
This one, green one, is our Protex.
Okay.
So after we have the lot graded, we pay a third-party inspector to come out and check their work.
Okay.
And they bring laser levels and shoot the grade, make sure it's going to drain correctly.
Okay.
This is saying that, yep, it passed its grade inspection. I pointed out the drainage blocks on the other side, and on this side, it's actually going to drain underneath your gate. So just make sure if you do like a paver or concrete or something like that, don't go all the way, column to column, all the way flush with the bottom of the gate.
Right.
You're going to want to allow that water
Leave
to
room. Okay.
drain. The low volt can that we saw in the laundry room, this is for CenturyLink and Cox for internet and all that cable. This is where they can gain access to that.
Okay.
Everything's already, wires are already pulled.
Yeah.
And then another portion of the M-Connect system is the irrigation timer box.
Okay.
So you can download the Hunter irrigation app. The guys are going to program it to run, I think they program it initially to run twice a day for 25 minutes each, just to give those plants to make sure they take.
Right. Okay.
But all the instructions are in there, and they're also on the homeowner's manual.
Okay.
That's everything on this side of the house.
Okay.
On the other side, the 2 black pipes that you see coming out of the ground, those are the bolt ones or the plumbing cleanouts.
Yep.
So if you did ever have to get the plumbing lines cleaned out, they would gain access here. The one closer to the home sweeps towards the city line. The one farther away goes towards your house, so they could snake it in both directions.
Okay.
And over on this side, here's where the irrigation is tied in. This is the valve for the irrigation.
Got it.
And then that's where the gas meter is going to be installed.
Okay.
It's been ordered and it'll get installed.
Okay.
I believe
Awesome.
on Friday instead of
Okay. Okay. Coat closet in the front hall. Okay.
And then in the kitchen, the granite was sealed by the installer. It's not a bad idea, you know, every 6 months or so to grab some granite sealer. Just go over it. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's, and you can talk to the guys there. They'll give their recommendations of what product they think is the best. But just get something to treat it. Things like red wine or cooking oil can actually penetrate into the granite. So if you spill red wine or something like that, or something like a drink with a lot of dye in it, make sure you wipe that up right away.
Okay.
And then also some things that I've seen right around the burners. If you do cook with oil, if it splatters, if you don't have a good seal on it, it will like darken the granite. So I've seen homes where they do cook with a lot of oil, and then both sides are a little bit darker. So just make sure you keep a good coat of seal on it.
Okay.
Like I said, appliances not warranted through Ameritage, but I did put an emergency sticker. So if you do have an appliance go out, I put Whirlpool's number up there. You can give them a call directly.
Okay.
Pantry.
Nice big pantry. Nice. 5 shelves as well. Huge. Now, is that light triggered when you open and close, or?
Right.
Oh, okay. So it's a manual. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then put that in the box thing. That's good. 2 more GFCI resets for the kitchen receptacles. That's going to service all the kitchen outlets
And the island?
And the island outlets as well. Yep.
Oh, look. Tape over here. So there's 2 outlets on the island. Is there one over here? No. Okay. Could you have them just tape this too as a pucker of something? Okay.
Right. The appliance, the garbage disposal, that is part of the 2-year plumbing warranty.
Okay.
So that one's warranted for 2 years. The switch for that is down here.
Oh, something's in there.
So we'll obviously get that corrected. Same push-pull shut-offs under there. Dishwasher is all set up. I ran it through a cycle this morning.
Okay.
Going, so. And then all your information for all of the appliances, user manuals, all that stuff is over here.
Okay.
Information on the Wi-Fi switches, and then for the Ring doorbell for getting that programmed and set up.
Okay.
All right, last thing I have to do is go through some paperwork.
Okay.
And I will actually save the majority of the paperwork for the 22nd.
Perfect.
Just so we can go through that.
Okay.
But the one that we will go through is just the sheet from today's orientation.
Okay.
Some items that we did see.
I mean, other than blue tape type items. So then what I would like to do, can you just give me a couple minutes? I want to test all the doors, drawers.
Yes, of course.
Just take me a couple minutes. So guys, I'm just keeping the camera running while I do this.
Yes.
Stay with me, guys. Not to be nitpicky, but this one's definitely a bit lower than this one.
They're already scheduled to come in anyway, so. Oh, it's this door.
Pretty nice. Okay. And the gas is not on yet, so we can't test that?
Right.
Okay. So if they wanted to do a home inspection, like after they close, they could do that and then submit any issues they find?
They could, yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saw that. Okay, oh, nice and hot. Okay, that's good for now.
All right. So, the items that I did take down, the 4 trades that I talked about pre-scheduled, paint, drywall, stucco, and cabinet,
Okay.
already scheduled
Yep.
to come through. Cielo, they're our paint company. I put that they need to finish the final paint.
Mm-hmm.
SVP, our plumbing company, they're going to take a look at the garbage disposal. I put
Mhm.
garbage disposal is loud, and they're going to hook up the water heater.
It sounds like there's something in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to find those little things. It's probably a
Yeah.
little piece of metal.
Flying Colors, they're a cleaning company.
Mhm.
I'm going to have them re-clean all the tubs
Okay.
and the shower pan, just go through them again. And then Younger Brothers, our door and trim company, the closet door, one of them is missing the
hardware.
door pull, the hardware.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, the majority of things are going to be just getting these tags that we put up today, and then I'm going to come through and re-tag it again tomorrow. And
Okay.
get the painters in, and,
All right,
and we'll
right.
go from there.
Okay. All right.
So the only signature that I need from you is right here, saying that we did do our orientation today.
Mm-hmm.
And I can have them sign it again when I see them on the
Great.
22nd.
Yeah, and I'll be giving them a copy of this video anyway. Then.
Awesome.
Okay, 54 minutes and 20 seconds.
All
Thanks,
right.
Mike.
Yeah, of course.